life into something that you can never own.
Hello, Aries. So here is your reading for the week of January 15th through about the 21st. These are general, so take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. Okay. Okay, it's 1, 2, and 3. And I need one what is challenging? Reverse challenging position. Nope, not yet. And what do you recommend for my Aries? What is recommended? Oh, this one jumped out. Okay, so in your recent past position, you have the 9 of Pentacles, which indicates you've worked very hard and you were kind of enjoying, you were at a point where you were enjoying the fruits of your labor. You worked very hard for something, and then you built like success around you, or some kind of, you have accomplished things, you've kind of became, I don't want to say the master of your own destiny, but it kind of has that feeling of being able to be proud of the hard work that you've put into something and actually enjoy the results of your efforts. And then in your current position, you have the Page of Pentacles. The pages could bring news, but the pages are also students. They're on a journey to learn something new. And this particular one, he's very solid. He's very practical. So some of you might be thinking about going back to school or learning something that has to do with a career-related opportunity, or advancing certain skills within an area that could become monetarily beneficial to you. Now, in your near future, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about starting a new journey, but something that's very based in kind of practicality, or I don't want to say realism, but financially it's very sound. It's like a good decision, or a what do I want to say, like something that could be financially beneficial to you, or tangible in a sense, like something that you can gain actually physical items from. And then what is challenging you this week, you have the Temperance in reverse, and this is all about being not in balance. Like this, you're not in balance within yourself. You're maybe not in balance with other aspects of your life, but you feel unbalanced with something. And what is recommended for you is the 9 of Cups. And this guy is very content. He's very satisfied. He knows he can't stay in this place. It's not going to last forever. But at this moment, he's just very, very comfortable with what he has. So I kind of think that you've worked very hard and you've built something, and I think some of you are really deciding to maybe go back to school or learn something else that could potentially add to your value and add to your finances in the long run. And I think you're actually going to be going after that or starting that in the near future, but you may be feeling unbalanced. Like you might have a lot on your plate, and the Temperance is like kind of like you're just not, maybe you feel like you don't have enough money, whatever this could be. Sometimes, you obviously have to pay for school or new courses, or you have to gain, even if you're starting a different hobby or something that you think could give you some value. A lot of times you have to buy a lot of supplies. So this could feel, you could be feeling that you don't have everything you need to kind of start, or you don't have, it could be time, it could be resources, it could just be you're feeling like things are not quite aligned correctly. But he's just saying act and feel as if you have everything. Don't feel unbalanced, because he feels very content and he's happy. So I think you just have to be in that mindset, like emotionally, that you have everything that you need to do this. Even if you're lacking certain things, just work with what you got, because he's very happy. So I think you just need to kind of come with that little bit of bring a little like that emotional kind of satisfaction to it, or find what satisfaction you can with what you have. Okay, so let's get some more cards for you, and let's see what else we got here. One card for my Aries, please. One card for my Aries. Oh, come on, cards. One card for my Aries. I don't think they want to talk to me today. Come on, cards. You got to wake up. We need a card for my Aries. Okay, there's the card. Okay, giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Okay. And we have Sodalite, whatever. Speak your truth. And we have, let's get these ones. Okay, and you have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, bless you, Jesse, upheaval, transformation. Then you have the sword and rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. I can't say that word. I guess that's like sodalite, solidarity. Whatever. Certain words, they just don't work with me. I'll try again later. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Give your relationship a chance. Work on partnerships. Okay, now I gotta wake up. Now I'm saying everything wrong. And okay, let's see. Let me smoosh things together. Let me just kind of get this. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have here. Mushing it all up, blending it. Okay. Now, giraffe spirit. See the big picture. I definitely think you are seeing the big picture because I feel like you've worked very hard to build something and now you're continuing forward with that. Like you're not just going to sit around and just let your skills, sorry, the dog, let your skills get outdated. I think you're going to be, bless you again. Jesse, what's going on with you? You need a tissue? He would love that. Oh my God, he has like a thing for tissues. He loves destroying them. Anyway. So you're not just sitting around letting your skills get outdated. I think you're actually pursuing something or you're planning to pursue something that's actually going to add to your value or add to your skill set. So in the near future, I definitely think you're going to be going after something that's going to be adding to some kind of base knowledge you have or some kind of aspects within, it could even be within your home. You could be doing something within the home that could streamline certain processes or better for your family. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be work or career. You can always take this as far as even if you're gardening in a sense, like you've maybe has a beautiful garden and you've worked very hard to have this very nice garden or something that you're proud of. And then now you're planning to potentially expand the garden or plant things that you haven't planted before, but you think will look nice. And then, so that would be indicating that now you're moving forward on that. So you could take this however it works. Just because I mentioned career before does not necessarily mean it has to be about career. It could be about any aspect in your life. But I think you need to continue to see the bigger picture. So if you're having this like feeling unbalanced moment, you just have to keep looking at the big picture. The big picture for you is your happiness and being content. And I think that's why the 9 of Cups is here, because he's in a way, I really feel like reminding you to like act as if, kind of be in that frame of mind where I feel content, because he's what's recommended for you. So you just need to see the bigger picture and kind of go with that. Now, speak your truth. So this could be, maybe you have to explain your plans to somebody you love. Maybe it could be you finished one course of degree or one course of studies and you're like, okay, I'm going to go back. And then you might have to explain it to somebody. Like I tend to do that. Because you could potentially see, because I see like there could be value in something else. So there's no rest for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you just got to kind of keep honing your skills, especially because things are so competitive these days. Like you got to keep kind of getting on that, you know? So it could just be something that you've going back for something else, and you might have to explain it to somebody. But I feel like you're not going to have any problems with that. And speak your truth could even be to yourself. Like maybe the temperance is you're out of balance because you might feel like you should have everything that you need. Because temperance, when she's in reverse, she's not blending her aspects correctly. So there could be something that you might need help blending. And maybe you need to ask somebody for help with something to make it a little bit more easier for you to proceed forward. And even speaking your truth could be, like I said, to yourself, that you just need to be honest with yourself with what you want, what's going to make you happy. And you just need to be like, okay, I know this sounds a little ridiculous or whatever. Sometimes I talk to this like myself like this, you know, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I want to do this. And this is the reason why, self. And these are my answers. And myself always kind of is like, okay, well, it does sound a little silly, but you know, I can see what you're saying. So I talk to myself like that all the time. Anyway. The Sword and Rose: clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. Now, I definitely think, because you have truth here as well, and you have the soul delight here with the speak your truth. So I definitely, even see the bigger picture is all about clarity. So I think this is saying that you just need to, you know what you need to do. So you just do what you need to do. That's what that's saying. That I think, and even with the Page of Pentacles, this could be some kind of news coming in that's causing you to plan for the future or plan something else, because he's definitely moving forward, but he's also planning, like, because he's news as well. That could represent some type of news that about some kind of monetary thing within your life or aspect that now you're planning for something else. So, and especially because the Ace of Pentacles is here about the new starts with that, the initial ground phases with building something else in a sense. So, okay. Now, lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I wonder if that's really going with the Page of Pentacles, that some type of truth or news has been revealed to you, and now you had you could maybe have sometimes you have a little bit of an upheaval moment, like, oh no. And then, but I think you're going to be catching that upheaval moment could be with the Temperance, because she's out of balance. So maybe something comes in, and I don't think it's going to be super terrible. But I think it kind of makes you realize that you have to adjust your sails in a way, and you're going to have to kind of proceed forward or in a different direction. So, and the transformation aspect, I think, is going through the Ace of Pentacles. Between the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, I think you realize that you need to either hone skills, learn something new, come different with something. But I think you're going to be just fine. But the Nine of Cups is here saying, like, you got this. That's what he's saying. Like, you got this. Don't worry about it. You got this. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. I think this is... I wonder if this is going with the Temperance in reverse, because when she's upright, she's all kind of merging things together. She's blending things nicely together. She's making really good cocktails. But when she's in reverse, like, there's a disconnect in a way. Things are not quite the way they need to be. So I think this could be saying, if this news that came in kind of was a little bit, I don't want to say disruptive, because I don't think it's going to be so bad, but I think it could potentially affect somebody else. Like, if you have a family and you're deciding that you need to do something, you know, not leave your family. I mean, like, you want to, let's say, go back to school, or you want to change careers or change jobs or change something in the house, and it's a little bit of a larger change that the whole family needs to kind of be involved in a sense. I think this is just saying that you can talk to them and then you guys can figure it out. Work on your partnerships. I really do think this is going with the Temperance, though, because she's not blending correctly. So working on something is like you're trying to get it to blend again. She's trying to make the perfect cocktail again. So, okay, let's see what quote we get for you guys. I need one quote for my Aries. Okay, here we go. This is great. I love this. Chop your own wood and it'll warm you twice. And I really feel like you've been chopping your wood. because the Nine of Pentacles, she did this herself. Like, she got to this level herself. This is about being self-reliant, about kind of using what you're capable of and challenging yourself. Like, you don't just get to Nine of Pentacles because you woke up in the morning and put your pants on. Like, she grinded it out. So she got to a level where she could be proud of what she's built with her own hands, in a sense. So I think that this is continuing that, like, even though the Nine of Pentacles, sometimes it can indicate a little bit of a, I don't want to say a rest, but you can kind of take a step back because all your hard work is paying off. And even the Nine of Cups is still indicating that you're happy, you're content, but I think this is reminding you that with the Page of Pentacles, whatever news or situation that is going to be kind of causing you to realize you need to proceed forward again with something or change directions or start something new, this is reminding you that, you know, you already chopped your wood, it warmed you, but if you keep chopping the wood, it'll warm you even longer. So I think this is saying sometimes you just got to start again. Sometimes you get to a point and you're like, oh, I got here, I finally made it. And you're like, now you're back at the beginning of the journey again. You know, now you're onto something new. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's get another card for you guys. Okay, you have this one. The Other Duo, which is the fish and chips. That's the spirit of the dish that shall be with you in the upcoming week. And now let's see what we have. So for your dinner and a movie, you have romance movies and barbecue food. And for kind of, this could represent people's, you know, their signs that they're dealing with or energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of in certain degrees. So you have Taurus, and they're very stable. They're very, I don't want to say structured, but it's a very structured, strong, long-term focused energy. So that's fantastic. And you also have Gemini. And Geminis are a lot with the communication and thought processes, but they're able to be like almost devil's advocates in a way. They're able to see things almost like a duality aspect, but they could see the pros and cons to something. So I definitely think with whatever you're coming here, I think with the Temperance, because she's mixing stuff, but I wonder if you're having problems with maybe seeing the both sides of something or the best way to blend something together. This could be, you know, you need to make a change, but you're not sure how you're going to do it or how it's really going to fit into the long run of things. But I think you do see the bigger picture. And sometimes I think you just got to go with your gut in a certain degree. Sometimes we don't really know how something works out, but then time goes on and you're like, oh man, that's why I had that urge to do this, because of this moment right now. So sometimes I get that sometimes. Now, you also have Mercury here. And this little guy is all about kind of communication and thought processes as well. And he's going to be, I think he might be coming out of retrograde during this week. I can't remember, but sometimes that retrograde energy lingers. It's like a scum. But with the retrogrades, a lot of people are scared of it, but sometimes I gotta say, I had one retrograde where everything went right, and it was like Twilight Zone kind of right. I was like, where is this place I'm living in, and how can I stay here type of right? It was amazing. So sometimes retrograde just doesn't necessarily mean it's screwing things up. It means it's actually making things better. So that was one retrograde, and I will never forget that retrograde because it was so eerily perfect. My life was just, everything worked out. There was no problems. It was wonderful. I wish I could just stay there. But then life turned back to normal. But sometimes retrogrades do like screw things up. So, but anyway, okay. And then we also have here, we have Jupiter, and he's all about expansion and good fortune. So I do think that you're expanding upon something, and I think it will bring you good fortune in the long run. You also have the 5th house, which is about passion, love, success, and creativity. And you have the 7th house here, which is about partnerships, marriages, and friendships. And it even can represent like legal proceedings and things. So there could be something with, you know, friends, family type of stuff going on. Okay, let's see. You have F, G, M, G, E, B. Hold on a second here, guys. F, L, W, and you have 3, 4, and 8. Okay, and let me get you a little stone. And you have trust. And I really think this is you having to trust in yourself and trust that whatever's coming in for you or whatever makes you realize that you got to shift stuff up, trust that it's for the best and trust that you will have this kind of 9 of Cups. You will continue to have this 9 of Cups feeling of contentment and everything. Because I think you guys worked real hard for something. And so, okay, let me, and you can do it again, basically, and you will do it again. Let's see what little charmy guy I got for you guys. Let me see. Oh, wait, one came out. So, oh, you got the pineapple. Ooh, look at that. So what does pineapples mean to me? I really love pineapples. So let's see, what do I feel about the pineapple? Okay, so this is what I'm getting about this pineapple for this. Now, so when you get the pineapple, you have to like cut all this stuff off, right? To get to like the pineapple meat. And that's not always easy. And the pineapple has like a super like hard core. It has like a solid core. But to get to the pineapple, it's kind of like more work than maybe an apple, a regular apple or other fruit, because you got to like get all this stuff off the side. And sometimes I can't get it off all like really effectively. They always have those little like tricky little, I don't know what the thing is, the pineapple, like it's almost like a porcupine, but it's not really sharp. You know what I'm talking about. Anybody who's cut one of these things up knows. But I think it's saying that even though you have to work to get to the meat of the pineapple, maybe a little more than another fruit, it's definitely worth it. And it's sweet and it's delicious and it's juicy. But the pineapple also has like a super solid core. So I really feel like your core and what you've built, your solid foundation is super solid. You're not breaking that. And now you can build upon that. Sorry, you can build upon that again. So I think the pineapple's core and the outside of it is kind of what's speaking to me, that it's kind of like tricky on the outside. It's not really smooth. It's kind of like feels weird or whatever. So even though something might feel weird or you're not really like, it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of, it's not prickly, but it has like, you know, that weird pineapple texture. You might be feeling like that, like the temperance, it doesn't feel imbalanced, and you know, it's not really balanced feeling, and it might be like kind of that weird pineapple, like, you know, something's good inside and something's super solid, like you have your solid foundation to even get in there, and the pineapple's super solid, but on the outside of the pineapple, it's kind of like weird feeling. So, I feel somehow that it is going with this. You have a solid core. The core of what you want to do is really solid. It's really good. You just kind of got to get to the sweet, juicy meat of that pineapple. That's what you need to do. And sometimes you got to just take a minute, take a little time to, you know, make that work. So that's what I get for that. Okay, guys. So now it is time. Think of your question, Aries, and here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Aries' question? It says, without a doubt, there you guys go. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.